Black man power, black woman power, black child power. It's King Leon X, the human liberator. This is episode 49 of Take Charge of Your Life. It's my midday self-mastery, self-motivation series. All right. And we just wrapped up yesterday. We just wrapped up positive mental attitude. We were speaking about positive mental attitude and the strategies that we must implement, the things that we must consider when it comes to having and maintaining a positive attitude. And and yesterday I told y'all at the end of the episode that we was going to start speaking about personal initiative this week and the ways that you could summon that and get yourself to do the things that you know you should be doing, or whether you feel like it or not. But today, I want to speak about perspective today. I just want to put some things into perspective for us today, family. So it's a different type of episode. I just want to put some things into perspective. All right, because so we know life is meant to be abundant in all areas, and this is what we're striving for, right? So y'all consistently hear me speak about, social contribution, the harmony in your relationships, inner clarity about your purpose, what's going to make your life the most fulfilled in recreation, you know what I mean, in legacy, what 3 things you want said when you die, these types of things is what I'm concerned with, your personal legend, right? Life's meant to be abundant in all areas, all right? And so most people in westernized culture, and this is where we're born, and I'm in America, I know people from all over the world be watching my videos, but here in America, in westernized culture, everyone's striving for success, in home, and in business, and in outer things. Everyone's striving for success in outer things, without internal transformation. We focus a lot here in the westernized culture on the physical manifestation of thoughts without connecting the link of how these things became to be. This is why I started the Take Charge of Your Life series, speaking about cause and effect and result. But it's like this: we striving for all this success in all of these areas, and people are reaching these things, but that doesn't guarantee happiness. Like, that does not guarantee happiness. How many people do you know who have extremely amount of more cash flow than you, but are committing suicide every day? People who have access to all of the things that you want and desire, who not even living fulfilled. So while striving for success in these areas are important, what's most important, is our happiness. And so, and happiness is a study, happiness is an art, maintaining a positive mental attitude. We could do a whole week, a whole nother week on that. We could do a whole book. We could do a month. I could talk about having the importance and strategies to have and maintain a positive mental attitude for a whole month. You know what I mean? So it's like, what guarantees happiness? Because there is a way that you can guarantee your happiness. And that happiness not be based upon anything on the outside or what anyone else does. Or how anyone else moves. You have to go for the inner vision first. And then the outer will appear. People trying to go for their outer first, not realizing that the disharmony in achieving that is because that's not the process. You got to go for the inner vision first. That's why if you could get something on the outer, that shit disappears. It disappears just like that. You had it, you experienced it, you tasted it, it was cool, and now it's gone. You see, because you didn't become the type of person that habitually has that type of experience. You might have had momentary glitches of inner clarity. You know what I mean? But it's like we are the creators of our own destiny. So knowing this, we have to get clear on the inside about who we really want to be. Like who are we? Like, what is our purpose for living? You feel me? Like, what makes us happy? Like, what are the type of things that we like to do, and what are the type of experiences that we want to have? Not depending on anybody else or what someone else or what culture will say, but you determine it and you decide it. And then we must ask ourselves, it's like, do we treat ourselves the way that we want others to treat us? Ask yourself that. Do you treat yourself the way that you want others to treat you? Do you keep promises to yourself, or do you break promises to yourself? Do you tell yourself you're going to do one thing and then you do another? And then get mad when someone tells you that they're going to do something and does another? Because what we don't like in someone else who's just a reflection of us is just bringing parts of ourselves that we don't like. It's just the reason you see that in them, because it's in you. And it's easier to deflect and blame. Right? Do you treat yourself the way that you want others to treat you? Do you treat yourself the way that you want others to treat you? So it's important. That's why it's extremely important before anything is to, like I said, turn inward and develop that healthy love and that healthy respect for yourself. Because once you do that, then you're going to focus on the parts of yourself that you love the most, so those things can magnify, because you understand what we focus on expands. And then when it comes in your human relationships, you're going to focus on what you appreciate about the other person. See, I focus on what I appreciate about people. You know what I mean? And that type of stuff, it expands. But understanding that not everybody has that philosophy and moving that way, they might not be focusing on what they appreciate about me. That might be an afterthought to them. Maybe they only want to express what they don't like. Maybe that's all they can see. Maybe when they look at me, all they can see is what they don't like. But what am I supposed to do about that? I can't do anything about that. All I can do is focus on what I appreciate about other people, and continue to appreciate and acknowledge other people's strengths. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna let others control the creation of my happiness. Like this is what I'm not gonna do. This is what I'm not gonna do. This is what I'm not gonna do, is let someone else's actions and decisions control the creation of my happiness. My joy lives within me. My joy is within me. The fact that I can breathe, the fact that I'm breathing, that is life. We're so far removed from life that we think that it's not life if we don't have this, and that. And then people like to come at me and from their perspective of how I should be and how I should live, these are the things that they think I should be doing. And because I'm not doing these things, they think then I'm not serious, or that I'm playing games, or that blah, blah, blah. Where it's like, what is it possible? Have you ever considered the fact that the things that you just described aren't even my goals? Like, how can someone, just think about this, family. Because this is like, because once you begin to take charge of your life and you be deliberate about what you do in the life that you're gonna live, and then expand from there, and then that process begins, a lot of shit is gonna come at you, right? So I real life I have people in my life, okay, that will really say that they think that they'll really say that I'm like as if I'm like irresponsible or playing games. Like, y'all think that this is a game? Y'all think that building an empire from scratch is a game? Do you think turn it like evolving yourself to your listen? Bottom line is, I'm a black man in America. I'm 27 years old. I have not birthed any children. I have not. I'm a black man in America. I'm 27 years old. I have not birthed any children. I have not put a ring on any woman's finger or any of these types of things. So how can someone tell me that I'm not? How can someone tell me about my response that I'm not taking care of so-called like responsibility? Like, what are you talking about? Whose responsibility? Oh, because I'm not taking care of your responsibility? Because it's like, hold on real quick. Because I'm a black man. I'm 27 years old. I don't have any children. So what other responsibility are y'all talking about? Am I not free to make the decisions that I want to make and be and grow into the type of person that I intend to become? Am I not free to give love and shed love and light to the world, and then travel across the world and receive that love back from the people that I share it to? Because it's like this, family. Because I made a lot of money selling drugs, and then I made a lot of money working corporate America. All right? And I left corporate because I remember I got a $22,200 check that week. We got paid every week. But then I seen the owner check. He got paid $76,000 that week. And I realized that I'd much rather get paid $76,000 that week. And then I realized that was only one of his 15 streams of income. So while my whole community, my family, everyone's praising me, oh, you're doing so good, happy for you, you got your job, corporate car, you got your house, your big houses, you got multiple cars, you doing it. Like, I didn't leave that for no reason. I left that type of lifestyle for with deliberate plans and purpose. It's like, come on, family. Like, feel the abundance of the universe. Because when you do that, then you're going to be, your mind is going to switch to more joyous, harmonious thoughts. You're just going to see things differently. It's going to make you feel better when you look at the world, when you have that healthy love and respect for yourself. Because that's why how do I look coming at someone and telling them that they need to be doing something other than what they're doing? I don't come to anyone and tell them that. I just go live. I'll go on a social media platform, or I'll stand outside and say some shit. But I don't force anything on anyone. You know? I'm focused on self-healing. And I'm focused on being an inspiration for self-healing. And yeah, maybe my thoughts and plans and shit might not be organized as organized as the white man's. So I don't have endless cash flow coming. But that doesn't mean that I don't have, just because I don't got endless cash flow, that doesn't mean I don't have value. But it really be seeming like the only thing that like the black woman, really be seeming like the black woman don't appreciate shit that a nigga does unless it's bread. Cause I could ask 100 niggas right now, and cause we have these conversations. I could ask 1,000 men, 1,000 black men, and so money's a result. So then it's always going to turn back inward. It's always going to turn back to taking responsibility for the space that we occupy, becoming our greatest version, so we could add the greatest asset to the collective. That's what it's always going to be. It's always going to turn inward. So yeah, I accept the criticism, and I understand whether it could be justified or not. But understand, like, I don't have any interest or desire to just have one crib, at one little place, this little particular section of the world, and then just go do the same shit every day to bring home some bacon and raise my family in this one little particular area in this house or whatever. Like, I have zero desires to do that. I already did that. I'm 27 years old. I've been to 42 different states, 7 countries. I've had 8 different houses, apartments, and condos of my own. I've had 4 different whips. So I do that. I don't feel like doing that shit now. Like, what the fuck? I don't care about that. What's the point of me having that if I'm about to be gone for a month? If I'm gone for months at a time? If I go to a state and then I travel that whole entire state and connect with every single person who wants to connect with me? Like, and actually real life build relationships and real life add value to people's lives. Yeah, I could start. Yeah, should I build people for that? Yeah, I would have some more bread. Like, oh no, pay me first before you get this inspiration. No, like, that's not how I could care less about that. I put out positive energy and love and light to the world, and that shit is come back to me. You feel me? People love sharing their greatest gifts with me because I share my greatest gifts with them. You feel me? I share my greatest gifts with people, and then people in my life want to look at me crazy because of all the love that I be receiving, and I'll be just receiving the love, I'll be receiving the gifts, I'll be receiving the appreciation. My bad that I don't have to have a job to live and survive. You feel me? Like, my bad that people want to, fly me places all the time. You know what I mean? My bad that people want to just cop me tickets so I could be in their city and so I could touch their community. My bad that people want to bring me to their state or their city and be like, yo, nigga, I got an extra room, bruh. Come fuck with us. Like, please, like, my bad that people want to, like, it's like, I'm sorry. Like, that people that's supposed to be really close to me feel like that I'm not holding a weight. It's like, damn. I'm a monument of inspiration. Like, every like, what are you talking about? Who cares? You must not really study successful people, because when you study successful, powerful, influential people, they all have valleys. You feel me? They all had that one last valley before they, you gotta have a valley so you could appreciate the mountaintops. So we talking about perspective. It's like then I just have to trust and believe that people they must just not get it. They must not believe in me. Then they must not believe in the vision. They must think that it's all a game. They must think that it's all a game, and that's okay, because they'll see. Because I know the thoughts that I used to think when we used to stake out ATMs and banks and wait for people to leave and then we go rob them. I know the thoughts that I used to think when we used to just steal cars and go up in people's houses and leave with all their stuff. I know what I used to think when we used to I know the thoughts that I used to think when we would just rob this person just because we just felt like it. I know the thoughts that I used to think when we used to sell endless drugs, and then someone will buy a pound from me, and then my young niggas will go rob them for that pound. I know those types of thoughts that I used to think when all I was like, and I know the transformation that I have and the type of thoughts that I think now, and that's the most important to me. I know the direction that my life was headed if I would have kept doing some of the things that I did. I know why I've been to jail 10 times. You feel me? I know why I had to beat 2 felonies. I know why I did all of these things. I know. I remember who I was, and I know who I am now, and I know who I intend to be. So yeah, my bad. My life is fucking amazing. I love it. I'm sorry that I'm not stressed out, and I don't accept other people's stress. Like, I'm sorry that you can't keep up on your bills. My bad. You feel me? When I get right, when I have my shit right, then you can live with me. I'll get you a crib. You feel me? Or when I got some bread, here it is. But damn, if the shit ain't as consistent as you want it to be, then goddamn. Then it's conflict and issue, which always boils down to then that's the environment that the pilgrims and the environments that they have created for us, or we allowed them to create for us, and the mentality that we allowed them to instill in us. And because me, as a black man, have a history of neglecting the critical responsibilities, that now I'm born in 1989 in the 20th century, and I'm here in the 21st century now, where my women and children gotta be my women and children are taught by another group of people, so they have their mind. So that other group of people is going to teach them how to deal with me and my perspective. So that other group of people who never had our best interest at all, teach us how relationships are supposed to be, teach us how family structure is supposed to be, teach us how all these things are supposed to be. And then when it's not like that, y'all want to be this, it's like, oh, and we want to wonder why it's disharmony. Nah, they want us to kill each other. You feel me? They want us to kill each other. That's what they want us to do. That's why they taught us the things that they taught us. And that's why we have the perspectives that we have. It's because they want us to kill each other. That's why every 36 seconds is a man calling the police because he's getting his ass beat by a woman. You feel me? And it's probably more than that. Sooner than that, so it's probably like every 15 seconds a woman is calling the police because she's getting her ass beat by a man. Because some people don't have enough words. Some people don't have enough words. You see? So if we got so right now, 2016, if every 36 seconds there's a man calling the police because his woman is beating his ass, and he has to call the police on her. And then I see endless videos online of niggas really getting their ass beat, showing them what that looked like, why a nigga would call the police. And I'm like, damn. They just want us to kill each other. But guarantee if that nigga had that bread, though, she would be happier. You feel me? She would have less to say and complain about. It's crazy. And then when he has a bread, she don't got nothing to complain about. But then if there's a place and a point where there's the cash flow ain't there, then completely forget about all the times that it was. And don't even talk to a nigga like he did. Like you feel me? Like, I don't know. Black women try and get certain results out of the black man, but don't even talk to him in that manner. They don't even. Black women talk to the black man how the white man talks to the black man. And I guess the black man talks to the black woman how the white man talks to the black woman. Because we use their language structure, their words, their thoughts. So I deliberately go out of my way to try and speak to a different part of a woman, speak to a different part of a man, that awakens something inside of them, so they could begin to think new thoughts and take charge of their life, and realize that they got the power. Some people get it and some people don't, y'all. You feel me? So I said all that to say, let me see how long I've been on. Damn, 25 minutes. What I'm saying is, you can choose to live in possibility, family. You feel me? Your mind, the mind is a form of healing. You feel me? You can heal yourself with your thoughts. And you could kill yourself. You could create a disease or dis-ease with your thoughts. You feel me? Disease can't live in a body that's in a healthy emotional state. So if our communities are full of disease, and we know that we're clearly not in healthy mental, spiritual, emotional states, but then it's like we don't even want to have the compassion to plug resources together and evolve. That shit crazy. So that's just some perspective. Tomorrow I'm about to give y'all that real motivation. Today I was just giving y'all some insight, cause I was really about to be like, I was about to post like, yo, take charge of your life this week is canceled. I was really about to post that, but then I thought about Miss Brown, and then boom, here she is. The only, I guess somebody else commented too. Chantel commented. I was like, man, I was about to post. I was just going through it. Some shit, a whole bunch of shit was coming at me. I'm like, man, I'm about to deactivate. I'm about to just go in my hand. I'm about to just fuck it. But then I realized that people do actually appreciate me. People actually do appreciate what I have to offer. You know what I mean? Not everyone wants money from me. Not everyone needs my money. You know what I mean? Some people actually like my gifts, and that's priceless to them. Cause when you around people and you got people surrounding you that is not in your encouragement club, or like people can just say some things like, they always say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Who said that? That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. Words hurt like a motherfucker. And black women sure know how to give you them words that'll cut deep.